How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if they are worth the buy or maybe a pass. My name is Corey. I'd just like to preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt, all right? Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. Friday. Let's take a look at what's been going on in the market with AMC today. Take a look at a few things over here. You guys know how I like to do it. The usual stocks that I'm looking at: AMC, GameStop, Dogecoin, Bitcoin, the good stuff. All right, let's add to the chat really quick. We'll get into what happened with AMC, a little bit of news today, and we'll go from there. All right, Lee, yo, Ace, what is up? Hi all. Damon, daily Corey stream. You know what it is, my friend. Diamond is driving, but here. Appreciate it, Diamond. Drive safe, my friend. Justin, lol, same. Daryl, what is up, Daryl? Dog, what is up? Hello, everybody. Let's talk about making some cash. King, AMC first, my guy. Diamond hands, apes together strong. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. How hard is it for you guys to hit that dang like button? Lee, all the major crypto charts are pretty much exactly the same. Oh yes, Lee, I saw your message. I didn't have a chance to respond, but yes, you're right. We'll actually pull them up and see if we can compare them to take a look. Well, I say yes, but I haven't really taken a look at them just yet. I've been slammed. Just a swinging. Hey guys and girls. Hey, what's up, swinging? Luke, good looking and happy where we are sitting. Bought more as usual. Johnson, what's up, Captain Cash? Julian, Corey, how are you doing? Doing fantastic, my friend. All right, let's get into it. So AMC, and so this is something that we spoke about yesterday, right? So I did say that we're okay. So let's look at the 5-day, right? So we've been kind of in between. We're in a little battle right now, right? Between, well, let's say 278 and 220. So for the past 3 days now, we've been, we'll say 3 days, we've been kind of in between here. Well, I guess today, looks like we may be breaking through. Obviously in the early morning, it looks like we might have gone through the 278, did reject, false break, I would say, rejected all the way down to the 220 mark, and then it looked like I had a false break, and more recently it looks like it may actually break. In the after hours right now, it's looking like we're coming up to retest this 220. Currently has the level of resistance at this point. Hopefully we can break through 220, and then we're back between 1278 and 1220, and hopefully we'll break through there, and then we'll be in the new levels. But currently, that remains to be seen. So we're getting very close right now. We are at, in the after hours, we're up almost 1% at 1220, and so. Oh, 278. I said 1278. Sorry. Yes, Diamond. Thank you. 1278 and 1220. I think I've been saying 220 now. Man, now my numbers are all messed up. I'm in my own head, but that's okay. AMC though was down 3.75% on the day. Even then, still above $12, which I feel pretty good about, right? Here's the deal. We were at $5 for a while, inched up a little bit, inched up a little more, hit 10, stayed at 10 for a good time, inched up, hit 14, back down to 12. So here's the deal. We're teetering, right? We have a little, it's like flowing right now. It's ebbing and flowing. And I think that we just need to break these levels. Either way, I'm feeling better and better and better. I guess I always feel pretty good about the positions, but we're inching higher, nice and slowly, which I can appreciate. Obviously, as everyone knows, I'm not gonna even talk about it for too long. We're waiting on several different catalysts. We'll see what happens, but we'll see what happens. I wish it was 220. I would buy thousands of shares. Yeah, that'd be pretty fantastic, huh? Neil Tendo says, "Happy Friday, Corey. Get me through these no squeeze weeks." I know, Neil. It gets a little tricky sometimes, but you know what? Apes together strong, and I'm here, because here's the deal. I thought about, I don't need to stream every day. It's not like we're squeezing every day, but people, if you need it, I'm here. If you need a boost, I just want to be here for anyone who's just feeling a little beat down. We had some people in the chat yesterday who were feeling a little beat down, and they, they didn't want to stick around for the stream. That's okay. You know what I mean? Take your breaks, take your time, make sure your mental health is taken care of, guys. Like, and I know you're like, oh no, I'm like mentally strong and this and that. This is taxing. I mean, it's okay to admit that it's taxing. But for me, it's you know, I've just got to show up, and sometimes you guys bring me out of my little funk, and hopefully sometimes I bring you out of your funk, and so we just kind of we flow. So yeah. So let's take a look at GameStop really quick. GameStop is it was up 3.7% on the day, looking pretty good. Let's see how it looks on the 5-day though. Nice. Okay, what are we looking for? So it looks like we're trying to see what I like here in the chart, but either way, excuse me, either way, we are in a nice spot. I'm going to zoom out a little bit further and see what we have here. Okay, here we go. We can see the levels of resistance and support around 164. Looks like I already have that drawn there. Levels of support around down here at around 169. Excuse me. And then let's see, different levels of support and resistance around here. I'm not really seeing anything. Oh, here we go. If we look back here, yeah, I'll draw this this horizontal line as a level of resistance that we're looking to break through, and I'll draw it roughly around there. Might be a little too rough, but that's okay. We'll say 179. We'll call it 180, sure. And a little bit of resistance around here. If we break this 180 mark, I feel like we could see a nice little run. Let me zoom out a little bit before I say this, because I don't want to be wrong here. Yeah, if we break through this, I wouldn't be surprised if we ran all the way to 200. Yeah, I think if we break 180, I think we would be testing 200 at that point. Just because, as you can see back here, not too much levels of resistance and stuff in here. I think, yeah, once we break 180, I would not be surprised if we go straight to 200. It looks like we're getting pretty close to that. In the after hours at 175.55, down 0.7%, which obviously isn't really too big a deal. Dogecoin still, struggling to recover from its, monster run, which, no big deal, honestly. And again, I think if you have extra cash, and if for any reason you're already as far into, AMC, GameStop, whatever other plays you want to be in, and you're looking for an entry into Dogecoin, I like where it's at. Like, it might continue to fall. Maybe don't put all your chips in just yet if you're looking for an entry, but if you are looking for an entry, it could be a pretty dang fantastic spot. Looks like we bounced here. We have, I'll call this one bounce, another bounce here. It could be forming a George W right here. A little wonky George W because these two candles kind of mess it up. But other than these two candles, might be a good little, maybe triple bottom if you want to call it that, to get a reversal. And I think realistically, if it breaks, where would I want to break? Kind of hard to say exactly where I'd want to break. I have some down here at like 37 cents, 38 cents. I have some over here at 43 cents. But either way, if it does continue to reverse, it could be a good bullish sentiment for crypto. And I think crypto right now is just a little beat down. Elon Musk, like I always say, crypto's best friend and worst enemy. They're frenemies for sure. So hopefully Elon can rally the troops. But hey, if you go over to that Dogecoin subreddit, these guys are really trying to hold the line there. They really are. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, similar story, right? I feel like another fantastic entry point to get into Bitcoin. I mean, as far as the 1 year goes, as you can see, it had a pretty solid run up before. The last time it was this low was, when was this? Over here at the beginning of the year, or I guess beginning of February, whenever it had its first run up. But man, that run up was pretty sick. We'll see if it continues to drop. I suppose it could drop a little further, maybe to 30k, but hard to say, super hard to say. But I guess I wouldn't be surprised if it bounced there. We'll have to see if there's any kind of catalyst that it's going to bring it one way or the other. Juice says, Corey, I currently have 5K call option for 90 days out at $20, not selling until this stuff blows, adding 1K every week. Jeez, Juice is committed. That's what I call commitment and conviction. That is insane. I'll put this print for you, my friend. You know, for if they're 90 days out, I don't know. I feel good about it. I feel good about those 90-day out one. Those. Let's see. Luke says Doge is down because I bought it at 47 cents. Yeah. Mike says, hey, you're speculating. Yeah, a lot of speculation here, my friend. That's all I can really do, right? I guess everything is speculation, isn't it? Patrick says, when will that 005 rule pass? I don't know which 005 it specifically is, but you know, we can take a look over here at the, I don't know, well, dang, I don't know if it's DTCC, NSCC, who's 005? Let's see. Is there one here? NSCC 005. Can I pull up NSCC on this list? NSCC, here we go, 005, May 10th. How is it? I wonder why it's not actually showing here. That's actually pretty strange, because over here, if it's on this list, it should be, oh, okay, this is the notice of filing of proposed rule change. Okay, comments due 21 days, so 21 days after the register, and so the comments are due 21 days, so May 10th, I guess 21 days would be the 31st. Is there a 31st of May? Yeah, so I guess it would be the 31st of May. Wait, is that right? 10, this is 5, 10, 15. Yeah, the 31st of May. So there you go, my friend. And here's the deal: I think if they submit their comments and everything is good, then with the, I forgot which rule it was, but if everything passes, if there's no like delay, there's nothing bad like that, right? Then what they would do is they would go ahead and just approve it, and once it's approved, it basically is enacted. I think it's like next day, you know, or you know, because they approve it at like night or whatever, or however it works. But yeah, if that's approved, then it would just go through next time, just because with the other rule that they approved saying, hey, whenever we announce the rules, that is plenty of notice in order for you guys to that's plenty of notice for you guys to take action and get it all taken care of. Whenever it goes through everything after it's approved, it's enacted. So you guys need to just make sure your ducks are in a row, so you know, everything just happens. Otherwise, it takes, you know, however, like let's say for example 21 days for them to go through comments and everything like that, and then it's another 10 days for implementation and or whatever it would be. So it just takes forever, and so they wanted to make these a little bit quicker, so which is very interesting, but I like it. Gorilla says, any thoughts on T plus 21 and T plus 35, or is everyone going to avoid the topic? So Gorilla, so as far as those goes, here's the deal, like the T plus 21, if there's the failure, I can't recall what those two are representing, if it's failure to delivers. I think it's failure to delivers, and I forget what the other thing is, but I will say this: anytime the failures to deliver were trying to be delivered, they're never delivered. They're never delivered. The stock never moves. Everyone is disappointed, and people are upset. So that's why I don't like to give dates. I don't like, and this is supposed to, for those of you who aren't aware, this is supposed to happen at the beginning of next week, right? So another catalyst. So, I mean, there's the beginning of next week as the catalyst. There's June, was it 2nd, whenever the proxy vote for AMC is supposed to be a catalyst. Or potentially, you know what I mean? Like, there's all these other dates, and I'm sure there are a million other dates if you go into the subreddits, and you can find other dates that people are giving. And here's the deal: I think these are checks, right? I'm not trying to dismiss them in any way. I think they're checks. Here's the deal: these failure to delivers, eventually, they're not going to be able to hold them anymore. They're going to have to deliver the shares. So as these failure to delivers don't get delivered, they're just bringing that slingshot back, and then it's going to launch, right? It's going to launch even further because they're just adding to the shares, paying these fines, fees, whatever it is, and eventually something's going to give. And whenever something gives, you know, it's going to go to the moon. So while these aren't they may not be the catalysts we're waiting for, they're not. I don't think they're just being thrown in the wind. 801, isn't just being thrown in the whenever we close at 801 or whatever. It's not just being thrown away. It's not like it's like IOUs essentially what's happening. It's like, okay, this is another thing to add to our, our catapult. Just going to add another thing to the catapult, goes back a little further. T plus 21, okay, more failures to deliver, add to the catapult, goes back a little further. And that's what I think is happening. But the only reason I don't want to emphasize anything about these dates is because people get so attached to it. And I love dates too, you know what I mean? But, it's a mental battle. These guys are trying to fatigue us. It's, for some people, it's working, and this is why, just personally, I try to stay so up to date. I try to stay so aware. I try to come on here and show you guys like information I found. You guys show me information you guys found too, because it's really a give and take. But I just so long story very long. T plus 21, T plus 35 could be something fantastic, but I'm just being super careful about dates. Hey, what's up, Alex? Neener, so that's a good question. So Neener says crypto selling off to cover margin calls. So there was I don't have it saved anymore, but there was a post actually saying, it was a screenshot, I think it was CNBC, saying why is crypto selling off? And there was energy concerns, I think there was one other thing, and then it was people have to cover margin calls, like the institutions or whatever. So yes, that was one of the things that appeared, and it's very interesting. We talked about Citadel showing their hand, yada yada yada. And granted, keep in mind, before someone shields me, that they did purchase those shares on the 31st of January, February, March, and so, which no one's disputing, but they just filed it, and I'm not sure what the time frame is for them to file. Maybe they were just out of time to file and they had to show their hand, but it's all very interesting. Let's see. Mike says, I guess I'm holding AMC until August. I could have sold at 15. I want at least 30. All right. Houston, Wanda was not an ally. It's good they cashed in, no longer a dark cloud over her head. Yeah, so that's a good point, actually. And I have my own thoughts about Wanda selling their shares. And so let's actually get this pulled up really quick, because I do want to talk about that a little bit. Let's see if we can get this pulled up here. Where's Wanda? Wanda. Boom. Okay, and here you can see. So the current shares is, so they sold a lot of their shares, right? Which doesn't look so good, but you know what? Now they're out, and those shares are getting eaten up. Now the question is, who are they getting eaten up by? Man, I just hurt my shoulder. Who are they getting eaten up by? It could be short sellers. It could be apes. Could be a combination. Could be whales. So that's the question: is where the share is going to go. Either way, I mean, even if the short sellers get them, I mean, I'm really not too worried about them. Of course, here's the deal. I think it's going to take a little bit longer. Who knows what they're going to do with these dang shares? But either way, I do think that Wanda selling their shares is actually a good thing. And I know it doesn't seem so good just because it was so, so many shares, but now, like this person said, it was a dark cloud over our head. These guys had so much power, so much, just with what they were doing. And I'd rather them get out of it now than we're squeezing and then they kind of mess things up by selling all those shares during the squeeze or something. And so we always knew that we're probably going to sell, because if you watch the Trades Adam Aaron interview, you know that Wanda, Wanda is actually I think it's a Chinese institution. And I think the Chinese government was saying, hey, like, we would rather you guys have funds in our economy, just kind of trading in our economy rather than, over here. That's at least how I took it from Adam Aaron, the way he explained it. So, oh yes, here we go. This is what Houston says. So Houston says, Wanda has been wanting to get out without dumping the stock since December. They're under Chinese government pressure to get out. Right, exactly what I was trying to say. So perfect. You said it a lot better than I did, so thank you. So yes, so that's good. I did want to take a look at, I saw some Twitter, we'll look at trade. No, it was Joshua James. So Josh did say something here about Wanda selling. Okay, so we'll just kind of read what Josh said. Wanda, who owned 30 million shares of AMC, has been looking to sell. They've been the only thing keeping AMC from getting back past $15 because they sell their shares every time small amounts of shorts and FTDs are covered. Well, Wanda is finally a non-factor now. So he's very bullish on this. I wasn't as bullish as he was, but this guy just popped off, got me hyped up. And so let's take a look at what else he said. We've been intentionally waiting on this filing to confirm our thoughts. We said once they sell, which was my thought on that happening this past week. We're going up to the moon. Great. Wanda selling is extremely bullish for AMC, accessing everything over the past couple of weeks. Over the past couple of weeks, a group of us agreed the missing piece was Wanda. We suspected they sold, but didn't want to say anything until they filed the 13D. That's the good news we've been waiting for. Short sellers scooped up some of those shares, a shovel's worth of shares, to cover the massive 200-foot hole they dug themselves in. There are still a massive 124 million shares that we know of they have to purchase and return. The squeeze never looked more sexy. And so that's that. So I did want to bring up, these kind of comments. It just, I don't know, just get me hyped up. I appreciate Josh. Josh tweets out a whole lot, but I can appreciate it. I read basically every single one he tweets, and I'm bullish. I mean this, and I appreciate him tweeting this, because I know people, there's uncertainty about, okay, they sold their shares. Well, what does that mean? That doesn't sound good. But yeah, so I'll just kind of leave it at that. But I just don't want anyone to be panicked. I just want people to know what's going on, and kind of educated on the situation, even if they don't fully understand everything. Just understanding that the sentiment behind it really isn't bad. They had pressure from China, just in everything that went around it. So obviously the stock held. It's still holding above 12. Remember, they didn't sell it today. They sold it a while ago, whenever they sold it, and it still held, right? So I like the stock, is how I'll conclude. And one more last thing I'll say about this is, whenever those guys get rid of these shares, I feel like probably a good portion of it probably is scooped up by apes, right? People looking to add to their position, buying the dip, different things like that. And so these people buying the dip, AMC people more specifically, I've seen, surprisingly, people are still able to add to their position, which I guess is just surprising for me, because I'm all in already, and so I couldn't even imagine adding more to my position. But yeah, just interesting. But what I was going with that, where I was going with that is that apes, holding more shares, the apes and, the apes, which is what I really like. Diamond stands firm in his conviction that we will squeeze on a Tuesday. I'll say it every time you want me to, Diamond, because, or every stream at least. Sweaty is holding 900 June $40 calls. Holy, my friend, if that prints for you, I mean, I don't even know what to say. If that prints, you can be rich. And that is a great way to leverage your money. People don't understand. Like, people's like, oh, well, why trade options? They're risky, they expire. Yes, but take a look at these options really quick. The June, which one? I think it was the 41. So I think June 18th is the most common. And you can take a look here. You could buy these calls right here. They cost $35. And if the stock goes to $50, from 40 to 50, you made basically $1,000, right? $1,000 times 900. Boom. Rich. And the cost of this, I don't know what your cost was, but if you had $35 times 900, what the heck? I hope you got these much cheaper than that, but that's pretty ridiculous. But what a bet, though. You know what I mean? Like, what a possibility to leverage your money that way. How? Hey, what is up? Sorry, I was signaling on the subway last night. No worries. I have a question. Are the failure to deliver total in data commutative? Okay, so right. So it's just the very bottom number. The last bottom is the total of it. It's not you don't add them all up, and again, they're at the very end, they're added. I think they're added each time. You don't have to what's it called? Oh, so there's a date coming, I won't say, but they're converging soon. Right. So the T, I got to catch up on the chat because I'm getting behind. The T plus 21 and the T plus 35 are going to be on the same date, which is why people are so excited about it. But again, you know how I feel about dates. Hal says, hey, Corey, should we worry about BlackRock or Vanguard selling at $14 or $20? Hard to say, honestly. Hard to say, really. I feel like that these guys, though, they're long on the stock for a reason. They've added to their position this much for a reason. And I kind of feel like they may be ready for a squeeze, kind of. But hard to say. I'm gonna play it slowly, you know what I mean? One day at a time. Go find the last 35 days now. Leave what is in this, guys. Ginger, yeah, you missed the beginning of the conversation, but you know what? It's okay. It's all good. Basically, long story short, it's all right. Wanda sold. It's all right. They're out of there. Those shares have been scooped up by apes, maybe some by shorts, stuff like that. But I feel like it's good that they've lost that leverage. They were kind of teetering the entire time, anyways, due to pressure from China. They're a Chinese company, and the Chinese government was kind of like cracking down on them, trying to get the money back into the Chinese economy. So that's the gist of it. So really nothing too crazy. It's we like the stock. We're good to go, in my opinion. All right. STC. I'm allowed to have a sugar mama. Alex says, this is an interesting one. And this is actually a theory that happened whenever Trey brought in the AMC to 2000, how it's possible guy onto his live stream. And so Alex says, if BlackRock sells, they would be missing out on high tax dollars to the US. And I think BlackRock gets along with Biden, so they may stay longer to pay for stimulus checks. Yeah, and so I think that was I think, aren't they the financial administration for Biden's or something weird like that? I think there's some kind of tie between those two. And yes, so the theory was, for those of you who didn't see that live stream however long ago, the theory was that BlackRock and the Biden administration want the squeeze to happen. This is all theory, right? This is very tinfoil hat. So they want the squeeze to happen because the short-term gains or short-term gains taxes will cover a large portion of the national debt, and so yeah, or a portion of the national debt. I don't know how large, but there was a specific subset of the national debt that I think it would cover basically in its entirety, but I can't recall what it was. It was a while ago, but that's an interesting theory that I kind of like. Just because I like it doesn't make it true, but I'm just putting that out there. Houston scooped up some of those shares. I love it. AT says, "Are you early today?" I'm not early. I'm right on time. You're early. DB says Raunch Capital had a video on this. They unwound their position without tanking the price, so which I can appreciate, right? I'm not sure if that was intentional, if they slowly sold, or how they got out without really changing the price. But if they did it intentionally, man, that's freaking fantastic. That's so cool. Michael says, I have 600 and had as many as 4,500 shares. Let's see. Their average from the sale is 14. I guess this is Wanda. So look at it when it went over 13, 15. There was a big dip. Oh, okay. When they sold. Right. So you can see over here. Okay. So so you're saying at 14 they sold, and they sold between 14 and, or if I guess 15 and 13, and so they kind of got the middle of it. Okay. Okay, speculation. Can't Stop, Won't Stop. GameStop says, so I believe Wanda kept 10K shares because I think they don't want to miss the MOAS, so they had to give a little, or why wouldn't they sell all their shares? That's actually a good point. I wonder why they wouldn't just sell all their shares. Maybe 10,000 shares is like, hey, what do you guys care about 10,000 shares, to the Chinese government or whatever. Meanwhile, little do they know, 10,000 shares could be, $1 billion. So speculation. Oh, is this the dip that you're talking about? I think right here. This little dip right here. I'll put it in the middle. It doesn't look that nice whenever you put it there. I'll put it right here. Aaron says, I think the individuals own all the real stocks. So it's a little tricky, right? So there's no doubt that apes own synthetic shares, yada yada. Institutions may own synthetic shares. It's a whole mess, right? It's a whole mess. But either way, those shares are gonna have to be purchased. Those shares are gonna have to be covered, and it's okay. It's okay that those shares, how do I put this? It's not okay that it was done. Synthetic shares, naked shorting is literally illegal. However, it could help the squeeze, is what I'll say. Britt, thank you for your support, my friend. Britt Leslie just subbed. Thank you for the sub, Britt Leslie. I appreciate it. Britt Leslie says this is the best stream on you. Thank you, Britt. I appreciate it. Yes, Blake. Yeah, that's why I said that. You know, but thank you for your. There's other factors. I was talking about in the moment. Man, people take this so literally, guys. Jeez. Houston says, I think Vanguard is looking at post squeeze recovery. May cash in around 100. We'll see. That's speculation. I guess everything's speculation. May says, do you think we need volume to go up in order to squeeze? Yes, based on the history, right? We can see, and we had looked at this previously. I'm going to switch to the 1 day candles like this. And let's see if I can get in here. Okay, so based on what we've seen previously, right, in order for the stock to go up, I'll say traditionally, the more volume we have, the stock typically goes up. I'll say it. Okay, obviously that's not always the case, so just just follow me here for a second. And you can see, you know, whenever we have these big candles kind of moving up, you can see these candles right here. So this is consolidation right here. So 100 million, 151 million, 55 million, 46 million, 60 million, stuff like that, right? Here's like 39 million, and then boom, 165 million, 263 million, 333 million. You know what I mean? So whenever we have these larger volume, just based on the charts, you know, you can see that it typically goes up. You know, even these candles, let's see what these going down. You know, these ones going down, you know, 159 million. So these are larger ones, don't get me wrong, but this is kind of an anomaly over here because this is when Robinhood halted trading. So what are people expected to do? You know, it can only go one way. Literally, there was no pressure the opposite direction. So of course there was a lot of volume, and it went the wrong way. But as you can see, whenever we run over here, let's see this one, even these moving up. Well, this is 43, and this is small, right? You can see these small ones, but granted, this wasn't a lot of price movement. But as you can see over here, whenever I had that huge run, this one right here is 294 million. So not even really crazy amount of volume, right? But today, for example, was 53 million, you know, which wasn't, you know, obviously pretty small compared to almost 300 million. So I feel like volume really does drive it. And on top of that, I think we need these people to flood in. I think we need more retail investors to come in, people to add to the positions, and you know, even people who have a position right now, whenever they start to see it run, people add more to their position. Think about it. Like, think about what you did. Did you have more shares that you could have? Did you buy more shares when it was going up because you didn't want to miss the squeeze? You know, maybe you bought at 13 whenever you could have bought at 10, but you're like, oh, here we go. So people just, it's interesting how sentiment works toward these stocks whenever they start to go up. Could you have added to your position at 5? You know, maybe. Did you? Maybe not. Did you? When did you add it? Did you add it whenever it was at 8 because you're like, oh snap, it's going up, now's the time to get in? So just think different ways to think about these. Crypto DeFi. Tyrone, send me a message, my friend. You can send me an email. I'd be happy to take a look. Yeah, a long time ago. I'm getting behind in the chat. Let me catch up. Justice Swingen says, in my opinion, a lot of apes are maxed out right now on their hodling and can only add very little at a time. We must, well, no, Swingen, that is, you can't say that, my friend. Let's see. Let's see. DPG says I'm lost to Wanda is sorry I'm slow. Wanda is an institution. There you go. Wanda is an institution based out of China. That's all you need to know, my friend. That's who Wanda is. Northwest Sasquatch, as first time options buyer here. Where would a good starting place be? Where would a good starting place to invest money in AMC call option? Okay, so Northwest, I do have a video on call options. I highly recommend watching it. People really seem to like it. I guess I did something right finally in explaining it. But first, I'll give you a quick little short rundown. Is you can buy anytime in here. I like to buy them far out. Here's the deal: they're more expensive, but you know what? Do I think the squeeze is going to happen? Let's say by December. Personally, yes, I do think the squeeze is going to happen by December, right? So what I would do is I would go out here and I would say, okay, well, in order for me to get paid here, this needs to hit the break-even price. My break-even price is $17, even though it was a $13 strike. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I might buy it all the way out here, and my premium is going to be very expensive. But you have to, and this is where you manage your risk, right? Because you could go all the way out here. It's 415 dang bucks to buy it out here, okay? But if you were to go back here, let's say you're like, I think June 18th, which a lot of people think June 18th, and I'll show you what I mean here. There's 133,000 contracts that have been purchased all the way out here, and you can see these are cheap. These are 35 bucks a pop. Right, and you can make a lot of money off of these if they print, if they're in the money, your break even at 40.35. So little quick rundown, but you need to just manage your risk, and personally I typically like to buy them super close to the money because I just want to be in the money as soon as possible without paying this extra premiums up here, and that's how I typically play them. But if you feel like, okay, it'll definitely be $20 by this date, then you can always do that if you're that confident, okay? But just different ways to play it, my friend. Hopefully that helps you a little bit. Tour says, do you think the short squeeze will happen in the next month? My prediction has always been before September, and I'm going to stick to that. But yes, I would like to double down on what Just a Swingin' said. No one knows when the squeeze would happen. Could be next month. Could be Monday. Could be any of these dates that people are giving. Right? People are giving early next week. People are giving the 2nd. People are giving all these days for AMC votes and proxies and yada yada. So, but realistically, no one knows. I'm just waiting. I'm holding. I'm patient. Yeah, so Houston, and 100%, my friend. Houston says volume will increase with FOMO, and I think it's kind of a hand in hand, right? The stock is gonna. Let me fix this. This messed up. I think the stock, it'll have a little bump for whatever reason, and people will FOMO in, right? People are gonna FOMO in, jump in, add to their position. They're like, oh, I got an extra $100. Let me just add it in really quick. Average up a little bit, but you know what? I think it'll be worth it, and so that's what people do. So yes, that's where the volume comes in again. I am not. I read your comment, Gorilla, just like you wanted, my friend. Not too slow to read your comment. Take that. Beats says, Corey, do you think next week will trigger something? Based on the what we've seen before, the failure to deliver is T plus 21, and then whatever the T plus 20 plus 35 is for. Based on historically, no, I don't think so. well, here's the deal. It's very possible. Right? Historically, they haven't, right? And so I'm not getting my hopes up is what I'll say. I hope it squeezes, right? Don't get me wrong, guys. Like, if at any point you're like, this guy doesn't want it to squeeze, you're freaking crazy. I absolutely wanted to squeeze. I would love for it to squeeze, start right now. You know what I mean? Like, but realistically, they're not delivering the shares. So the failure to deliver keeps getting pushed back. So, maybe there is a reason that they would all of a sudden deliver them. That would be fantastic. Maybe enough is enough, and a rule passes and they can't hold it anymore, right? They have to do it. That'd be fantastic. But you just have to wait a little bit. We'll see. Gorilla, are you having a good day, my friend? Gorilla seems to be having a bad day. I don't know if you're trolling me. Houston says, who has already been planning their post-squeeze and passive income and has been car shopping? Oh gosh, Houston, I try not to, my friend, but yeah. Hey, no problem, Ginger. Always happy to help, my friend. That's all you need to know, my friend. All right. Your whole stream is very challenge, great. Oh, thanks, DPG. Appreciate it. Just a swing. It says 95% of my squeeze tendies will be tied up in Roth. At least I won't be taxed. So that's a great point, actually. I do have, for those of you who know what I converted, I did convert my Roth into 99% AMC. And yes, I'm with you there, my friend. Dang, that's going to be nice. I didn't think about that, but you're right. Roth max is only like 7K. Cash up. Robert says, hey man, I appreciate what you do. I don't chat, but watch all your videos. You're right up there with Trey and Matt, my guy. Hey, Robert, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you stepping out. I always love it whenever people like come out, and I'm a lurker personally. I lurk everywhere. I created a Reddit account just so I can because I was like, oh dang, people have like old Reddit accounts and stuff like that. And I was on Reddit for years before I created an account. And yeah, so I appreciate that. Thanks for sending me. Thank you, thank you for saying hi. Let's see. Oh, Houston, your birthday's next week. Oh, happy birthday! Happy birthday. What happens? Smooth says, what happens if one of those CEOs and banks don't show up to the congressional hearing? I think they would probably be, unless they have a good reason, I think it would be like a regular hearing, right? Where you would be in contempt of court, I believe it is. If you don't show up, it's not something you want to do. You definitely want to show up to anything like that. So I'm sure it'd be something similar, very similar. Hey, what's up, Ryan? If you look at the 6-month chart, we are going up. Check it out. Yeah, Juice. Let's take a look. 6 months. Yeah. Well, yeah, everything. But here's the deal. The only thing is right here, right? This is obviously an anomaly. And you have to keep in mind, there was a news catalyst here. The news catalyst being that AMC's not going bankrupt, right? AMC's not going bankrupt. That was this whole deal around here. That saved the stock. I got in right down here, all the way down here. This is where I got in because I was like, you know what? I like it. they're so close. The vaccine, I think, was finally being rolled out. It was January, and or you know, it was getting very close to being rolled out. I think they were like approved or something weird like that. I was like, you know what? These guys are gonna hold on a little. They'll do anything. They'll go to Shark. What is that called? Shark. You know, they'll get a crazy loan to stay afloat. A shark loan is what I was gonna say, to stay afloat. And sure enough, you know, I don't know how crazy their loan was, but they did have something that allowed them to stay afloat. And I was like, you know what? I'm going for it. So I went in up here, and then obviously all this crazy stuff happened. I held the whole time. Somebody said I could have sold at 15. I mean, I bought at 2 and I held through 25. So, you know, take that for what it is. Someone's trying to sell for 30. You think I'm trying to sell for $30 after I just held this whole time? People are crazy. Let me drink some water. I'm getting hyped up. Gorilla, I would love to hear your thoughts on what are your dates, my friend. Gorilla's gonna tell us when the stock is gonna squeeze, and if Gorilla's wrong, they're perma-banned. James, I don't know, my friend. I don't know why you would say that. I'm not even gonna read it because I don't, you know, it's okay. Don't you have a capital gains tax? Yes, there's gonna be capital gains tax. Oh, Jake, you're gonna want to take a look at. You're gonna want to Google short-term capital gains tax. Jake, look at that really quick, my friend. Because yes, there is taxes. So I that is one of the videos I do plan on making, taxes, because there are short-term capital gains tax that you will have to pay if you know, if you're in like Webull or whatever you're in, you're gonna have to pay short-term capital gains tax on what you did. So what did you use Reddit for before? Well, I just lurked on Reddit. I wasn't like, you know, commenting. I'm not really like, even my Twitter that I use for you guys, like, man, that's the most I've tweeted in literally a decade or something. Like, I don't, you know, I don't really go on, I don't really post on Facebook. I really don't post anywhere. Anything I've been doing is for you guys. They don't have a line. Hey, thank you so much, Juice. I appreciate the kind words. The kind words. So what Rob said? What did Rob say? James. Awesome entry. Just getting caught up here real quick. Getting caught up. All right, I'm almost caught up on the chat. Let's go. All right, so let's take a look at a few things over here. So I did want to take a look at, I mean, I don't know if there's anything new. Same filings, nothing new here. We did take a look at the institutional ownership. We know about Wanda, good old Wanda over here. Let's take a look at the short interest for AMC really quick. Utilization still 96.8 or 96.68%. Let's see, days to cover 1.28, although we can look at the day to cover on a 2-week. Shares on loan 124 million. Free float percentage on loan 24.71%. It's good stuff, guys. Like, gosh, it's gonna be so dang good. So this is a good question. May says, once it squeezes, are you selling on the way up or down? How fast is it going to go down when it does? May, I do have a video on the MOAS game theory, right? And so it talks about selling on your floor or your it talks about having a floor, right? So a lot of people were confused about this, and so I think it was important to talk about, because a lot of people say, okay, well, you sell once it hits a certain price, right? And so let's take a look. We'll use this. Let me see if I can find a chart that I want to use. Maybe I can draw something on Paint. Okay, so let's say you have the stock, right? And I'll just draw it in black, and I'm not going to switch colors, so just follow me here. So you have let's say the MOAS, right? So let's say we're squeezing. Let's say we're right here at 10, right? And now let's say we're here. Now let's say this is $100. Okay, so now we just hit $100. Okay, so a lot of people, what they want to do is they want to sell, right? So, or like what people are saying, okay, AMC to 100. Okay, so maybe you sell at 100, sure. And this is all hypothetical, so follow me here. So let's say you sell at 100, and granted, keep in mind, this is not going to be a straight line like this. This is going to be, up, it's going to be like up and down and up, it's going to be like, it's going to look crazy. So do keep that in mind. Can I control Z that? Nice. So let's say this is $100. So now, okay, let's say you sold at 100. Okay, well, cool. You made your money. Awesome. So now it dips down, up, down, and who knows? You never know which way is going to go. You never know which way at all, right? And so let's say, this is a, 1,000. Okay, and now let's say this is, huge retracement, bounce up. And now, let's say this is, 1 mil. Sure. And now it's coming down. Now it comes down. So, okay, so the theory is okay, well, you just sold at $100, and it kept running. So you just sold at $100. It's going to hit 1,000, hit a 100,000, hit a mil, whatever it went to. And now you sold at 100 instead of waiting. So what the theory is it's running up, and so you sell on this part whenever it's running down, and you don't know when that's going to be, right? So what you would do is, let's say let's say you want to sell at 100, right? Well, theoretically, what people are saying is you hold until 1,000, and then if it drops back down, you can sell at 100. You could sell at whatever your floor is going to be. Let's say your floor is going to be 250. Well, now instead of selling at 100, you just sold at 250 on its way down. You missed 1,000, but you still doubled what you were gonna. Oh, see you, Lee. No worries, my friend. So now, let's say it's 1,000 or whatever, or 1,000, and it runs down. Well, hey, you sold at 250. That's better than selling at 100. Okay, so different ways to look at it, right? And then that continues to go. So let's say 100,000, million, whatever it's going to be. Keep in mind, these are arbitrary numbers. These are just. It is what it is, and I just want to share this with you, and you guys can do whatever you want. But Aaron, I don't know if that was the move, my friend. So just ways to think about it, right? Ways to think about it, and keep that in mind. Oh boy. Aaron says, I have taken a 10K loan for most 402 credit card balance to. Oh boy. I just applied for another credit card. Oh my gosh. Ant is bullish on the squeeze. Ant is for sure bullish on the squeeze. Tax-free account, no capital gains. I don't know how you're doing that, my friend. Oh, is that the... Tuesday. I have extra ship on my cores, one swing. Yeah, and so that's what's going on here. Let's see, we had these, we had those, we had these, we have this, we have that. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Everything's looking good, fantastic. What else do we have here? We have these. Let me see if I had any more DD for you guys. I thought I had one more thing, but I might not have. Let's take a quick stroll down AMC stock really quick on Reddit. By Wanda. So see, okay, so I'm happy to see this. People are not shilling out about Wanda. The spring is loaded. I love it. The Trey meetup, that was pretty cool. Obviously I did not attend, but good stuff, good stuff. Oh, here's the people at the Trey meetup. By Wanda. This guy, if you guys haven't seen this feud, this guy's just shilling. You want to talk about shilling? This guy's just been shilling AMC nonstop, and I think he's just trying to get attention or something. It really doesn't make any sense. Oh gosh, I forgot about Riot. Whoa, this is a pretty cool one. Okay, awesome. Here you go. Look at that. Eeyore says, Squeeze Store still 10 out of 10. There we go. Boom. Perfect, perfect, perfect. AMC to the moon. Oh my gosh. There's an ape on there. Ape strong together. All right. So that's what I have. Let's see. Anything else that you guys want to talk about? I might just like call it a little early. We'll hang out. We will, you know, enjoy our Friday. I guess to see what else is going on in the chat, and then we'll go from there. If you guys have any questions, anything you guys want to cover, we'll go from there. Tyler says, you think we're going to hit 100K? Tyler, that's hard to say, my friend. Look at the numbers. I will say this is pretty unprecedented. Look at the numbers. I mean, the numbers are interesting. I can't really say where it's going to go. Obviously, no one really knows. Hindsight is 2020 is what I'll say. But whenever it's hindsight, you know, the tricky part is, right, if you look at this chart, let's say you look at this chart, right? You look here and you're like, okay, well, you know exactly where you should buy, you know exactly where you should sell. Now, what happens whenever you're looking at a live chart and you don't know which way it's going to go? A lot harder to hold, right? A lot harder to say, oh gosh, which way are we going? Which way are we going? And if people get scared, if you have a sell-off like this, you know what I mean? You're at 25 bucks, it dips all the way down to 10 bucks. You know, people freak out and they sell, then that's it. That's congratulations. See you later. If people just panic and they sell, and that's what happens. That's the way the cookie can crumble. So, you know, that's why I think diamond hands are important. Just understanding the DD, understanding that the apes own the float. The apes own the float, and the apes are going to be holding, or it seems like the apes are going to be holding, right, for a very, very, very long time. And if the apes are continue to hold, then, you know, who knows how high I could run. has to be a buyer and a seller. You have to agree on the price that you want to sell it for, and they're going to have to purchase a whole bunch of shares. Is Michael trying to pump their own stock? I don't know what's going on. I keep seeing people talking about Michael. I'm getting nervous. Michael, don't pump anything, my friend. You're not allowed to pump. That is illegal. Basically, is this the stock ADA? Holy smokes, it ran up. So this is what I talk about. So I have one of my rules is do not chase stocks. It's a personal rule of mine. You know, you do what you would like to do, but I get very scared, right? Because whenever it runs up, it typically retraces, right? Personally, if I was looking at the stock, I would be looking at puts. You know, I don't know anything about this company, this stock, anything like that. Maybe it ran for a good reason, but if it's, you know, it's ran up here, based on what we've seen previously, which stock was I looking at? I was looking at a stock that had very similar movement, and up here it retraced. So I wouldn't be surprised if this retraced past 650 all the way back down to here. And so personally, you know, I'd be looking for an option like as a put. Oh, you can't get puts on here. Yeah, see, so I guess not. So I would have been looking for a put here at 650 and seeing if or even $7 actually. It's above 7, so I would have got it just in the money, or just out of the money, I suppose, and then wrote it down. Just and this is the way I'm looking at this. I don't know anything about this company. What do these guys do? Advanced Emission Solutions. Oh, I do like that though. Environmental services and equipment. Very good stuff. So let's see if these guys are. The company provides environmental and emissions control equipment and specialty chemicals to the coal burning electric power industry. So that's actually very interesting. And this isn't something I've really thought about too much before, because for everyone, you know, like for me, I'll say, I think like, okay, everything's going green, everything's going EV, yada, yada. Now, but coal isn't going anywhere, right? Like, you think coal is going to be done? Coal is going to be obsolete in the next 5 years or whatever? Unlikely. Or maybe even 10 years. I don't know how long coal and these other things can go. So what they're going to try to do as best as they can to try and keep going, because remember, once I don't know anything about the processing of coal or anything like that, but whenever I'm sure they have plants, I'm sure they have infrastructure, yada yada, and as soon as that is all messed up, now they have to rebuild everything, start from scratch, or however it's going to work, right? So what they're going to try to do is, like, they're very loud right now, right? Like, oh, the emissions are bad, blah blah blah, and they can say, look, like, we've reduced our footprint, we're really not messing up anything so bad. I don't know if they can find some kind of way to weasel their way out of it, then this is a great business for them. They could say, hey, we actually have the latest control equipment for emissions that reduces our carbon footprint to, they have a whole green index of like plus whatever it is, plus, I don't know what the numbers would be, but, and if they can be as minimal as possible using this kind of equipment, that could be pretty legit. Let's see what their annual income looks like, right? Gross profit, 2017 through 2020, 13 million, 17 million, 20 million, and then back down to 17 million. 2020 was just such a rough year, but before 2020 it was looking pretty good, right? Let's see what the institutions have to say about it. There we go. Look at that. 67.86% institutional ownership. Now I would love to see, oh, okay, it looks like increased 18, decreased 20. So new is 7. Hard to say, and I would see which way are people going. Are people hopping in here, or people hopping out of here? Which way are people trying to go? Because if people are trying to stay in this, or people are still hopping in this, maybe it's a good play. But if these guys are starting to make their exits, just be weary of that. Analyst price targets looks like it's 22 across the board, which doesn't really make any sense. Usually there's a high, average, and low. So hard to say. Maybe there's some kind of news catalyst that caused this to run. Maybe the hype in the news is about to die off and it's going to retrace. So just be wary of that. I personally would not. Well, I'm obviously not going to be taking a position in this. But yeah, I'm just scared. It's ran way too much for me. Jake says, can you talk about all the huge institutions and banks that purchased AMC, millions and millions of shares within the last week? Yeah. So we did see this over here. So AMC, and we can look at, it was like, well, the big ones was BlackRock. Previous shares, current shares, where was it? Right here. So BlackRock, is this somebody they added right here? Oh gosh, here we go. Shares, yeah. So this is how many shares they added. Was this last week? Yeah, it was BlackRock. They added, was this 27 million shares, or is this their current share? They added a bunch, like millions and millions of shares, and it was also someone else added like 33 million shares, something crazy like that. So yes, in big institutions, they're adding to their positions. I think it was Vanguard. Oh gosh, why are there so many Vanguards? Vanguard Group, current shares. So either way, yeah, you can see BlackRock and Vanguard have like just so many shares. Is this what was added though? Percentage changed? No, let's see. Vanguard Group, here it is. 37 million is what they added on 5/14. I think there was one more person though. Maybe that was it. But yeah, so people have been adding to their position, right? And why would they be adding their position? Well, I guess they added it at, it says 616, right? Is this their average cost per share, whatever? Average share price, right? So where did we, anyways, people are still adding their positions. Like people, well, I guess this was filed then, but either way, you can see they like it. They like it, I like it. Tulip Mania. Drink some water. Catching up on the chat. We'll go back to the good AM sizzle. Volkswagen short squeeze. Jake, we've seen the Volkswagen short squeeze, my friend, plenty of times. Welcome to the channel. BlackRock and Vanguard. Thank you very much, May. Yes, Hal says, Corey, did you hear about people trying to pump SSGL, which is a super gaming link or whatever? Is it SSGL? I thought it was SSGL or something. SS super SLGG. Yeah, so people were trying to get SLGG because someone spread the rumor, and this, people got to be careful. People were saying, oh, SLGG is going to be acquired by GameStop, yada yada yada. People are saying all that stuff. Turns out, where's this comment here? Turns out, SLGG has a huge stake by Citadel. So, you know, yikes. Corey Rosen says price prediction AMC GME Monday. Hard to say, my friend. I mean, I think everyone's waiting on those T plus 21, T plus 35s, and see if that has a catalyst. I hope it's a catalyst. That'd be fantastic. I would love it. I'll ride that wave all day. And I'm still just playing it slow, playing it very, very, very slow. Webb says, someone call the fire department because this stream is fire. Love it. Gunolf says, I'm new to the market, been holding since January, seen so much DD and YouTubers. It's always the same simple. We buy, we hold, not financial advice. Gunolf, I agree. Personally, I mean, it's we buy, we hold. If you need some confirmation bias, you know, read some DD or something like that. And but I feel good about it. Tyrone says, how likely is it that Wanda sold those shares with the agreement that they be sold at a lower price on the market, and a difference paid outside the market? I don't think it's very likely. At the end, here's the deal. While they may have exited gracefully, they're in it to make money. I mean, you can't say, like, you know, as much as I appreciate how, you know, they potentially could have possibly messed up the stock, I don't know, but if they really did exit gracefully, like people seem to be speculating, then that's pretty cool, actually. But I definitely don't think that they were like, oh, hey, just take it at a discount, just give it to you guys nicely. I don't think that's probably the case. They're here to make money. Hamilton says, did you hear about BTIG got charged for naked shorting, and one of their employees, Rich Greenfield, was the one who predicted 1 cent price and has been talking mess. Okay, I've been seeing a lot about Rich Greenfield. I think we just talked about him a little bit earlier. We're looking at Trey. Oh no, he was on here. He was right here. Where's this guy at? Yeah, we just saw Rich Greenfield right here. Here he is. Good old. That guy right there. Ooh, Jake says, has anyone seen the Federal Reserve documentary on Amazon? I have not seen it. Crazy how Rothschild family basically runs the world. Oh, that's very interesting. No, I haven't seen that one. I've been loving watching those. Those are great, like motivators for me. You know, I've been watching, like, I talk about all the time, The Big Short. One that I recently started watching was the Enron documentary. I think it's called Enron, the smartest people in the room, something like that, the two smartest people in the room, something interesting like that. And holy smokes, I'm gonna make a video on, I plan on making a video on it, about what the heck happened, because it's very interesting, especially once you see what the heck has been going on these days. It's just wild. Zachary says, well, Corey, finally had enough of Robinhood, started my full transfer to Fidelity today. Hey, fantastic, Zachary. I'm happy for you, my friend. I think that I think you'll be very happy. Hopefully you started it earlier in the morning, because if you did start it earlier in the morning, you'll probably be done by like Tuesday morning. But if you started it just now, it'll probably be done maybe Wednesday morning, maybe Tuesday evening. I don't know, but I think you'll be just fine, my friend. Congratulations. Let me know how long it takes. I think they agreed to 50 years. Corey Rosen says, is it Monday yet? Hey, Cormac, play some tunes in the background or something. Too quiet for the live stream, pal. Much love, brother. Hey, thanks for the suggestion, Cormac. I don't know, maybe. Or, I mean, I suppose people could just play music in their own background, right? Like, they can, because I don't know. Because then, you know what happens? I start playing music, then people are like, oh, what is this song like? And then go to the next song, skip the song. And it's like, and then I got a curated playlist, and then YouTube is going to copyright me. It's just a mess. But yeah, I'd probably say just respectfully play your own music, my friend, because that's a whole can of worms that I can't even open. Because if I do, then I'm going to play generic songs that are like not even real songs, because they're open, you know, anyone can use them, and you will not like that music. Web, can you really hear the water running still? I edited my mic. I bought a pop filter for you guys. Spent my life savings on a pop filter. It was a whole share of AMC. You know, this pop filter could have cost me $100,000 by the end of it all. All right, what else do we have here? I kind of think that's everything I have, guys. Let's cut this a little early. You guys, like, let's enjoy our weekend. Let's by the way, I'm in Ireland watching your stream. No freaking way. That's sick. Thank you, Cormac. That's nuts. Your voice is the real music to my ear. Hey, slick. Oh, well, Web, I did make some edits though, so let me know if it's better. But what do you guys want to do? What else do you guys have? No. You know what? I'll give it to you guys for free. Let's call us a little early. Let's enjoy our weekend. Let's have a good time, and we'll do some cool stuff. Hugh says, what other broker apps will do instant deposit like Robinhood? I'm trying to leave. I'm not sure who does instant like that. I don't think Fidelity does that, which is a drawback for me, right? Like I'm in Fidelity, but Robinhood had a lot of those cool features. But yeah, guys, let's wrap up a little early tonight. Let's enjoy our weekend. Let's have a good time. I appreciate all you guys hanging out with me. We'll hang out Monday. Maybe I can get a video or two out to you guys this weekend. That'll be nice. I gotta hop back in it. You know what I mean? Diamond with the super chat. Diamond says Tuesday. The squeeze will happen on a Tuesday in the after hours. We're waiting, my friend. We are waiting. All right, guys. All right, I'm gonna leave you guys with some music. I'm gonna catch you guys later. You guys have a fan-freaking-tastic weekend, and I will see you guys soon. All right, have a great weekend. Peace.